Hey everybody, Josh Duke with cleveland.com here. Thanks so much for joining tonight. A bittersweet night, of course, one of our very own Hayden Grove. He unfortunately did not make it past tonight's episode of The Voice, but we're going to get into that. I got Hayden on the backstage here, so I'm going to bring him up and we're just going to talk a little bit about what this journey has sort of meant for him and sort of what he's going to have going on and sort of just get inside his mind about how the whole experience was for him. So I'm gonna go ahead and add Hayden here. Hello, can you hear us? Everything good?
Yes, I can hear you. Everything good?
Yes, on my end.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, yeah. So yeah, just welcome back. It's been a little bit of a while since we've had you on our little live talk show here on Facebook and YouTube. And if you guys are watching, please feel free to drop a comment, like show some support, some love. Give them your thoughts. If it's if you have some criticism, that's fine too. Go
Yep.
ahead and drop whatever it is you want to say to Hayden, and I'll be able to like sort of help bring you guys into the conversation as we sort of go through. So the last time we saw you on The Voice was quite a few episodes ago, back in the blind auditions. Obviously, you had a chair turn from Adam Levine, ended up on Team Adam. I guess it was a little bit of a plot twist, if you will, that Michael Bublé didn't necessarily turn for you or whatever. So, yeah,
Mhm.
and forward to now to this episode, take me through sort of what the in between time was for you, but from the blind auditions to this in the battle.
Yeah, it was a lot of just excitement to be on Adam's team, to nervousness about what's going to come next. You know, uh, Looking forward to what the next song was going to be, who my partner was going to be, and so that was about there were about 2 or 3 weeks between the time I left from the blind audition to the time I got back, and then even furthermore, there were a couple more episodes or a couple more days before um, before we found out what our song and our who our partner was. So just excitement. It was a lot of excitement in that time. And then once we got back into LA, we got around our people again and got to discuss what we thought would be the best pairings and this, and then we finally heard the decision from Adam. You saw him kind of going through the cards and then showing which pairings were going to be which, and he put me and Lucia together, and I kind of knew that that was going to be the pairing for whatever reason. I just had this inkling, and you know I I, I kind of felt like I was the underdog in a big way, given that she was a four-chair turn, and given
Mhm.
all the wonderful things that were said about her by the coaches, and so I was just like, okay, it is what it is. We're gonna sing this song, and we're gonna make the best of it. So we did that, and yeah, that was kind of the in between.
Okay, so so it didn't sound like you had too much of an input as far as like who you could sing with, or necessarily even the song, right?
We had zero, yeah, zero input either way. We could not. We had no input on the song. We had no input on who we were singing with. Um, but I wouldn't change it, man. I wouldn't change either one. Lucia was a wonderful partner. She was great to work with, and the
Mhm.
song, was a beautiful song that I've sung a long time, and we did it the best we could. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay. So yeah, talk to me a little bit more about that song. So when it was announced that Lucia was going to be your partner and you get that song, did that, I guess, in your from your standpoint, did you feel like maybe you had a leg up because I guess it was like more so classically in your wheelhouse, or how did you feel? Were you excited? Were you like
Um,
what was your
I
initial
was
reaction to that?
I was excited, yes, because I knew the song, and I was so excited to sing it. That's what it's about, man. It's about, whatever round you're in, whatever, it's not about getting eliminated or whatever. It's about, putting your mark on a song. And it's a song that I love very much. And it's a song that always, will always be with me from here on out. And Yeah, I was excited for it, and Lucia was excited for it. She knew it as well, so I was happy that we both kind of had an understanding of it, and that made it just so easy to that made it so easy to to work on it because we both knew it and we both knew the ins and outs of it. I think we came up with the arrangement in like one session. It was like half an hour. We
Mhm.
figured out how we were going to do it. So yeah, it was simple, man. You know, I think that music sometimes we get too lost in the difficulties of it. It is difficult to do, but at the end of the day, it's just you got to sing a song, and we did that. We wanted to just sing the song. It was written beautifully, and we just wanted to pay homage to that.
All right. So the thing I always find interesting about battle rounds for The Voice is like on the one hand, you're trying to, I guess, beat your opponent, right? But on the
No, I
other
wasn't
hand, it's
trying to
like
beat
definitely feels like a okay.
I wasn't trying to beat my
Yeah,
opponent. No. And maybe
go
maybe
ahead.
that maybe
Sorry.
yeah, no, you're fine. I think you're lagging a little bit, and I'm sorry that I'm cutting you off, but
Mm,
no, I was not trying to beat my opponent. Um, Maybe that's where I went wrong. But no, I that my intention was never to beat my opponent. It was to sing the song the best that I could and to pay homage to the song. I have such a reverence and a love for the genre of the music that I do, and I have such a reverence for the artists who have come before me and the people who have written this beautiful music. In this case, Rogers and Hart. So no, it was never my intention to beat Lucia. Maybe because I knew I wouldn't, but furthermore because that's not what music is about. It's not about beating in what world do we live in where you're beating somebody in a song. I mean, no, that's not how it goes. If you're doing a duet with somebody, there's no winners. It's just you both put out a beautiful piece of music, and that was always my intention, to make it the most beautiful that we could, and just to hope that I could
mhm,
continue to sing and to be in the competition. That wasn't the case. That wasn't meant to be. But no, it was never my intention to beat her. And maybe that's where I went wrong. Maybe that's where there was a lack of a killer instinct. But no, I wanted to sing the song the way it was meant to be sung and to do it the best that I could. And I think she had the same mindset. I don't think we were ever in it to beat each other, and we just wanted to put our mark on a classic and timeless song.
that's a really good mindset to have for sure. And so, like, to the other half of what I was thinking, obviously, this is just me talking as somebody who is a viewer. Like, I guess you kind of look at it as a competition, but it's interesting to hear your perspective where it's like, no, it's not really that. We're just trying to like do the best we can. So, talk to me a little bit about sort of the mechanics of how you decide like who's going to sing what and have that collaborative project come together of both of you having your input and like making it the best it can be. Like,
Yeah,
give
that's
me
a
the specific
yeah.
how that goes.
Yeah, that's a great question. She gave me a little bit of the reins in terms, because I knew the song super, super well, and it was kind of my genre. She gave me the reins to kind of um, you know, make see what I felt best in terms of what we were going to do arrangement wise. Um, I took it and I said, okay, I went through it and I said, okay, I think this is what would be best in terms of where we should both sing. She actually came up with some of the, I came up with some of the harmonies, but she was really gung ho on the harmonies and what she and what and what she felt sounded really good, and I definitely leaned on her for that. So we really came together and did the harmonies the way that we wanted to, and she wanted to take it down a couple steps for her range, and I thought that was fair, from the original key, which I thought was good. I think it benefited the song, and I think it benefited where we were both at. So um, yeah, it was very collaborative process. I took the reins on where we were going to sing and when we were going to sing, but she kind of helped out with some of the cool harmonies that we did in there. And
Mhm.
we came up with a beautiful, what I felt was a beautiful arrangement.
Okay, so now talk to me about how sort of like Kate Hudson, Adam Levine, any other sort of, I guess, instructors, how do they plug into that process? Is it just as simple as what we see on the screen, or is there more to it than that? Is there more of a hands-on experience?
Um, there was more to it than you saw on the screen, but not really at the same time. Like, you know, we didn't know who the mentor was walking in. Um, but I'll be honest here. You know, when you walk, like we had no instruction. Like you saw you if you watched the episode, you know, there were a lot of John was giving a lot of notes and Adam was giving a lot of notes to a lot of artists. And we walked in and we did it, and they were like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. Don't change, don't do anything different." Like, so when people ask, like, what did Adam teach you? I don't, not a lot, to be honest with you. Not because he didn't care, not because he didn't want to, not because he didn't, you know, engage, but he didn't give us much. He thought it was really, really good the way it was, and like, you know, when we went out there, I think one of the parts that was cut out, he said something like, you know, I thought it could have been even better, but it was, you know, amazing. So that kind of, you know, I don't know exactly what he meant by that, but especially because when, you know, what you saw on the screen was pretty much what happened. It was like, yeah, man, you guys crushed it. Like, let's do that again. That's what he said. So, um, but yeah, it was no, it was really cool. I mean, to work with Kate Hudson and to, you know, sing for her and to sing with for Adam and you know, we talked a lot about him picking the song and why he picked the song and why it fit for us. And I think we both really loved that that, you know, all the care that he put into that. So, but yeah, if you're gonna ask me the question, what did they teach us? I can't say that there was a whole lot. Um, which, you know, which is good and bad. Like, I think the good news is that like we really I think we crushed it. I think we did the best we could. And then the other bad news is that like how many times you're going to have such an artist like that and you're in front of you and you're, you know, picking up on any little thing and you know, he's like, I got nothing, man. I think you guys are amazing. So, you know, you want to get better. But at the same time, like, you that validation is pretty awesome.
Mhm. Now, the impression I guess the audience had a little bit based on the last episode and where things were left with you was that Michael Bublé was going to have like a little bit of, maybe a little bit of a distant mentor role, maybe like a chime in opinion thought here or there. Um, can you, is there anything like that that you can talk about?
Um, I'm just deciding if I want to talk about it or not. Maybe I'll talk about it one day. Yeah, my what I'll say is that Michael was involved. Um, he did care a lot. He was amazing. Um, he deeply cared about what song it was. He deeply cared about how we did it. He deeply cared about a lot of things. And yeah, he was involved for sure, for sure.
Mm,
And you know, it's just a matter of what I want to keep between me and him, and what I want to keep, you know, want to put out there. But I will say that Michael was definitely involved, and definitely cared about, you know, the choice of the song, and definitely cared about how he did, and definitely was that coach that he promised to be in terms of, I want to help Hayden help Adam, or help Adam help Hayden. He definitely was that 100%.
well, that's really good to hear.
Yeah,
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 it's just like obviously for anybody who missed it, you guys have this like distant internet sort of relationship, you know,
yeah,
where he kind of
yeah,
cheerleads you distance. So like for like we talked about last time, for you to have like that in-person connection too, and such a
yeah,
weird like big TV show, like once in a
yeah.
lifetime like experience is like insane. But I just want to throw this out to the audience real quick that are listening right now. So I'm seeing your comments, I'm seeing your questions, your mentions, and I think Hayden might be too. And I'm gonna pull some of them
I'm
up here.
not, but
Oh, you're not.
I'd love,
Okay,
I
well I can
can't see
start.
them.
I can start popping them up on screen. You don't have to dig for
That's
them.
okay.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, just a lot of love so far. But I just want to stress, if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to say, like this is the time to do it. Like
Yeah,
bring it. Bring it.
you got 10 minutes because Josh has been up covering the St. Patty's Day parade. So yeah,
Yeah,
you got
happy
about
St.
10
Patrick's Day.
minutes.
Are you
Yeah,
Irish by
happy
chance?
Saint. I am not, but happy St. Patty's Day, man.
I am
You got the
actually.
green going on. You're
Yeah.
Irish?
Yes, I'm like
I
2% Irish. I'm a
love
mix.
it, dude. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I might be. Yeah, I might be like 2%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My
Okay.
dad, my
Oh,
dad's side is like very like Anglo-Saxon. Yeah, we might have 2% in there. Yeah,
gotcha.
but I'm
Gotcha.
just not like more than any, not like 25 or anything like that. No.
So while we're commenting on my fit right now, we got to get into yours because like
Yeah.
that was super impressive, very interesting. Like, talk to me about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That
let me see
so the
if I can pull it up while you talk. By the way,
Yeah, the credit goes to the voice wardrobe department. So the cool thing
but
about
go
the
ahead.
show is that the cool thing about the show is that they they help you out a lot, and like they will bring in stuff for you. And we had a lot of options, and I went through a lot of things. I was a very open book. I'm like, I like what I like I like my suits and all that. And they were like, okay, like we can do that. And I'm like, yeah, but like we can edge it up a little bit too, like we can make it a little different. It doesn't have to be straight suits. And they're like, okay. So we went through a couple different options, and I think it was like four or five different options. And I was like, they were like, "Would you like this?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's try. If you think it looks good, man, I'm all for it." So yeah, I went with the all white suit with the little tan turtleneck. I got to keep the suit. Yeah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, it was cool, man. I got to keep the suit, which is pretty awesome. I still have the suit. I don't have the turtleneck anymore. I probably wouldn't style it that way again. Um, that's one of the regrets I have is I wish I had the opportunity to wear something else, because that's like very like, I don't know, it's very like dad, like very dad vibes,
Okay.
which at least to me, or like very, I don't know, like it just gives like grandpa dad vibes, and that's fine. Like I wanted to wear something a little more modern at one point, but I thought, hey, you know what, if I make it to the next round, we'll do something modern, but I didn't. But I still like it, man. It's unique, it's different, it's iconic, and I don't regret it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a standout outfit. I feel like that was a talker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was
Yeah,
different.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be different, right? Right.
Yeah. So and it's funny that you were able to keep all that the wardrobe, they just gave it to you, and like, yeah, that's a cool experience. I don't know, that's
Yeah,
pretty.
because the reason they do that, because they tailor it for you. Like that was tailored for me. So like, it'd kind of be hard to be like, hey, let's retailer it for somebody else. Like, sometimes I guess they would, but yeah, you got to keep some of the I got to keep that and another suit that we were gonna wear. So yeah, I got to keep that. So actually, yeah, I got to keep a couple things. That I think two suits and one jacket, I think is what I ended up with. So pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna need them, and we'll talk a little bit about sort of like what's
Yeah.
happening for you in a little bit. But before we get there, I do talk a little bit about like the actual performance itself,
Hmm.
and how you were feeling and what you were thinking. So I know the first time around there was that sense of nervousness, right, where it was like, oh
Yep.
man, like I gotta get a chair turn. But it sounded like coming into this, you had kind of counted, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're saying you kind of counted yourself out a little bit, and so there wasn't that much of a pressure. You just wanted to have a good time and do good and do well by the song. So
Yeah, yeah.
how,
I hope I didn't count myself out. I mean, I guess you're right, unfortunately. That, I think I was kind of hoping for a steal, or, hoping that, I don't know. You're right. There wasn't the pressure there. Like I wasn't like, oh my God, if I screw this up, I'm done. Like, um, it was more like, hey man, like you get an awesome opportunity. You got the chair turn, you did your song, man. Like this isn't the song that you would have chosen. Like they chose this for you. You got a great partner. Just go do it, man. So, um, yeah, there was not nearly as much pressure. I think the pressure was that like I wanted to perform this. Like when you have two people, you really don't want to let the other person down.
Hmm.
I didn't want to let Lucia down by what anything I did, and I didn't want to let the song down. I didn't want to let anybody down. So that was more the pressure than anything. But no, I wasn't as nervous as like, oh my God, don't screw this up. It was more like, okay, like focus on what you need to do to make the song great. Lucia's great, so be great for her, be great for the song, and let everything else play out as it may.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so then the song ends and you're waiting for the deliberation. Um, I
Uh-huh.
believe I believe was it Kate? Kate, someone. I think it was Kate. See, she said something along the lines of like, "You were the suit, and she was the jeans." Does that make sense? You know what I'm talking about? It was a
Kelsey, yeah, Kelsey said I was the suit and she was the
okay. It was
jean. Yeah,
Kelsey. Okay, yeah. What did you think about that? Sort of their assessments of of the performance.
they cut out a lot. They cut out a lot. I said when Kelsey said that, she said like Hayden, it seems like you've worked really hard at this, and Lucia, you've kind of this feels like this was just very natural to you. I was like, yeah, that must be nice, to just to not have to work so hard, just to have that, I think so. They cut that part out. But I get what she's saying, man, because I have worked hard, man. I've worked my butt off, and I wasn't blessed with the natural ability that Lucia has. I wasn't blessed with that naturally different voice. I mean, I was blessed with a naturally different voice, but not that naturally different voice. It's kind of appropriate for the era. Maybe I was born a little late. Um, but that being said, yeah, what they were saying. They didn't air a lot of what was said. Actually, I think that John and Michael. They actually, I think they cut out a little bit of what Michael said about me. They cut out a lot of what Michael said about me and about the song and about everything, and they cut out a lot of what John said about the song and everything. So, um, yeah, it was. I think the assessment was spot on. I work hard, man. That's all I got. I don't have that natural ability. I don't have that, that that natural gift. But I'll be damned if I let anybody work harder than I
Mm.
do. That's what I have. That's my ability is to work hard and to keep working and to keep grinding. So, um, I thought
Well,
her comments were spot on, and yeah, it was it wasn't meant to be that day, and it I got to keep going. That's all.
yeah. Well, I think that there's plenty of people in the comments who are saying you did an amazing job, to be very clear.
Thank
And I'm
you. Yeah,
not saying you're downing yourself, but like, yeah, there's plenty of people like Mike here, win or lose, you made Cleveland proud on national TV. Todd, you did,
that was the hope. That was the hope. That was the
yeah,
hope. That was the hope.
yeah.
So
And Janine over here, incredible performance tonight, Hayden. Beyond proud. Brandon on YouTube, Hayden. Not the result I was hoping for, but a great performance regardless. Keep being great and more like that. So tons of love here. And I can also say not just in this live chat, but just even briefly scanning their posts showing your performance on their Facebook. A lot of people were upset to see you go. So like that's always a really good sign. And so
yeah,
about when you think about obviously like it didn't necessarily end the way you wanted it to, and I'm sure you saw yourself going a lot further, or at least you had that hope. But it sounds like you kind of have maybe gotten some stuff out of it in terms of like at least even more of an audience, even more experience. And it sounds like you kind of grew, like even just your skill set like a bit. Is that accurate?
yeah. That's very accurate, man. Like one of my fellow contestants who you saw tonight, Carlos. Uh, Wonderful guy, and we become really close friends. And I've been taking voice lessons from him, and I feel like he's taught me more in what, a couple 3 4 months than I've learned in 18 years of doing this stuff. Um so yeah, I mean it's been incredible. I feel like I've grown. I feel like I could have done that if I if I knew what I knew now then, I feel like I could have even been even better. So like I said, it's life is about the journey. It's not about the destination. And this was just a really cool moment in the journey. That's all. It was just a really, really cool moment in the journey and a really awesome opportunity. And the journey continues, man. There's nothing else to say. You just got to keep grinding.
Yeah.
That's what we do in Cleveland. We grind, It's gonna make it all the sweeter when things get better.
Yeah, and I was talking to you backstage before we went live, and also we may have gotten into this on the last live of ours, but it's like you also have to keep in mind that you would have had to pass so many auditions, so many steps just to even have
Yeah.
got be seen on episode one, let alone have a chair turn and make it this far. So it's like already you're already in the top super elite club, of people who ever even pursues something like this. So to that extent, you're definitely already a winner, like no question about it. Especially, just being from a smaller city and having that representation there too. It's just like so many great things I think that probably coming out of this. So talk to me, and we're gonna get some of these comments if you want to in a second. But talk to me a
Yeah.
little bit about sort of what's next for Hayden. Where do we go now?
We're looking for bigger venues, for bigger audiences, for bigger, that's it. Like, I'm not worried about, yeah, I want to pay my bills, but I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried about like, I just want to get out in front of more people and do this, be able to do this. So yeah, that's what it's at, man. Like my schedule for the summer is pretty full. My schedule for the spring is pretty full. You can go check out haydenfrankgrove.com/events and you'll see all the great places I'm going and the things we're doing. Just really excited to to continue this journey. I'm gonna start, now that this journey is over, going to really kind of hone in on writing music and kind of trying to work that out. Although I think there's something to be said for just for these beautiful songs that have already been written to reimagine them, reinterpret them. So um, yeah, just building, just little by little, building little by little. That's what we're at. I'll be out a lot, a lot, a lot in the spring and the summer. I'll be all over the place in Northeast Ohio and maybe even beyond. I have some opportunities elsewhere. So um, Cleveland will always be home, but always looking for.
Hello? Is it just me, guys? Let me know if you can still hear Hayden or not. I think
Oh,
he
are you
might have
okay?
dropped.
You still there?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Are we
Yeah.
good?
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, we're good. Yeah. Well, on that note, can you tell me, like, would you ever do this experience again?
No. No. Mm-mm. It was a
Dang.
perfect storm, man. It was not that I didn't like it, not that I loved it. It was amazing, but no, that's a once in a lifetime thing, man.
Looks like you dropped. If you can hear me again.
Am I back? Can you hear me now?
I'm curious to know what he's going to say next. He's keeping us in suspense.
Am I back?
Always
Can you
the
hear me?
showman. Um, let's see. I
No,
don't know if it's
nothing.
me. Let me do this. Can you hear? Okay, it sounds like they can hear both of us. It might just be me and my connection to you. Okay, yeah.
My back?
Yeah, I can see and hear you now.
Okay,
Just
good.
okay. Did you change phones or something?
No, I reset it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying, what was the question?
Oh yeah. Would you ever do it again? You said
No,
definitely not.
no,
And
no,
yeah, so fine.
no. It was a perfect storm, man. Like it's so hard. Like I'm because like I did it, but it is so hard to get to where that like you were. It's so hard. Like I feel like once you're there, then that's the easy part, man. Like that's when you sing, when you're on stage singing, that's the easy part. Getting to that stage and singing, man, that's the hardest part. Like all the things you have to go through, all the yeah. So no, I don't think it'll ever happen again. And maybe if it does, then I don't think it would be on The Voice. Not that I love The Voice. I am so appreciative to be a part of the Voice family. But no, I think that was a once in a lifetime thing, and yeah, I want to let other people experience that, man. I don't need to go take somebody's spot. Go let somebody else do it. I did it, and I'm proud of it. And I'm appreciative of it. But yeah, no, I would not do it again.
Gotcha. Understood. We're gonna try to speed run
Yeah,
some of these
yeah. Because
questions.
you got to get some rest.
Oh, you're good. We're good. This one, Judy says, Hayden, you were the better singer and should have won. The judges are there to be your mentor. I was disappointed that they chose her. I'm from Canton, Ohio. Any response?
Thank you from Canton, Ohio. I appreciate you, Judy. I disagree with you. I don't think she's the better. I don't think I'm the better singer. Um, I felt like I deserved another chance. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that I think that I was just the cards were so stacked against me in terms of just being against her. I mean, an unnamed source, I'll leave it at that, said that was her audition was the best audition they've had in 27 years of the show. So I just felt like I was like, or 27 seasons of the show. So like, you know, I just felt like even if I would have won the battle, which maybe I did, maybe I won the battle, right? I just feel like nobody should have given up on her, and nobody should. So I don't blame Adam for his decision at all. I don't.
Now, so what is your understanding of like how much of a power, or I guess how many saves or steals were left, like that were able to be used?
Yeah, what
And
I will
why?
say, I don't know that I'm allowed to divulge exactly what, but I'll say it's not in order.
Okay.
The show is not in order. So
Gotcha.
what you see on television is a little different than the reality of how many saves and steals were left.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I won't say whether there were more or less. I'll just say yeah. That was
Gotcha.
it.
Okay. Melissa says, your singing career isn't over. You are amazing. Can't wait to see where you go next.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's not over. It's just beginning. This is just the beginning. Like I said, I think this is just the starting point, the launching pad. Um, if anything, this is what I needed to start my career. So my career didn't really start. Um, so yeah, this is the beginning.
Okay. Did you feel this from Suzanne? Did you feel she won because she was so unique? I mean, we
Mm,
kind of just addressed that. I mean, if it is something to be like
no,
one saying
yeah,
27 years.
I think she's gonna win the show. I do. I think she's gonna win the whole thing. And that's because she is unique and different. But she's also like I don't want it to feel like, oh, she's so unique. Not that I agree she's unique, but I don't want that to take away from how talented she is. She's a wonderfully talented individual. So like I don't want it to just be, oh, she's unique, she's different. She's incredibly talented as well. So like to be so incredibly talented and to be unique, I think that certainly will help her out going forward.
Yeah, I'm sure
So
she
yeah,
works pretty hard, to
she does, man. She's
make that
incredible.
instrument do what it does. Yeah.
Yeah. You get to get a voice like that, man. Like, yes, a lot of it's natural, but I mean, she works hard too. Um, so yeah, no, I don't want the uniqueness to take away from how hard she works and how talented she is.
Let me see. Kristen says Hayden's off-white fit reminded me of LeBron in Vegas.
Yeah, yes. That's me, my Halloween costume this year. Yeah, LeBron's 2003 outfit. Yeah, man. That's an amazing comment. Yeah, when he wore the all white with
Mm,
the yeah, that might be the Halloween fit this year. That's awesome.
mm.
It kind of did remind. I think he wore white shoes. I might have to get some white shoes, but yeah, that's a great comment by Kristen. I love that.
Carlos says, given that you are a big fan of the genre of jazz music, is Frank Sinatra version of My Valentine your favorite, or is Boblé's version your favorite? I also love the outfit.
Thanks, Carlos. My favorite version of My Funny Valentine. Buble is a live version. That's my favorite. Um, it's not his recorded version, and it's not Frank's. Yeah, there's a Bublé's version. Buble is a live version from his first live album. That is my favorite of all time. He does an amazing job. But I mean, again, we talked with Adam about Chet Baker, about Sarah Vaughan, about like all these incredibly classic artists that have performed the song over the years. Um, so yeah, it's hard to really even have a favorite. I mean, they're just, the song is just so classic. I mean, there are so many people who have done it justice. So, um, yeah, I would say that one that the live version that Buble did is fantastic. Um, but in terms of like a recorded version, uh, it might be a female artist. I don't know which one, but it might be a female artist. I don't think like because the song was initially written in a musical called Babes in Arms by Rodgers and Hart. And it was meant for a female to sing to a male. Valentine was the name of the male in the show. So she sang it to him. And I said that in interviews over and over. They didn't use it. But I felt like, you know, it's a female song to sing. Um, but that being said, so many males have done it well too. Um, so yeah, I would say that there's a lot of great versions.
Janine says, based on what you said in regards to Michael and what you want to share, I'm guessing this is when you were saying that there's, some stuff off camera. After the battle, when he came up and hugged you, what did he say to you? Words of encouragement, etc.?
I think what he said to me was like afterwards. I'll leave the private stuff. But I think that what he said to me when he hugged me was like, just so proud of you, man. Like, love you, something like that. Just real simple. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, the private stuff is the stuff that I'll keep private. But he's like I said, the one thing I've seen a lot of comments about, oh, he doesn't, I can't believe he didn't steal, and I can't believe he didn't do this, and I can't believe he didn't do this. He's been incredibly supportive. There have been stuff like you don't know the whole story. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you the whole story. So just know that he's been incredible and he continues to be incredible, and there should be no ill will towards him whatsoever. Again, this is a TV show that is awesome, and I love, and it was an amazing opportunity, but it is a TV show, and it's nothing more than that. This isn't like a decider about who's going to be successful, who's not, who's worth it, who's not. This is not like a decider in that regard. Like, you know, it's everybody on the show is so talented, so it's just about the specific competition.
I'm guessing you wouldn't know the answer to this, but maybe you do. Shelly asks, you did great, or says, you did great, Hayden. I was hoping for different results for you too. Do they have a judges callback at all this season? So is there going to be any
Oh,
fan vote or any kind of way to get back onto the show before like the live rounds?
I don't think so. Um, I don't believe so, but I'll be ready if they call me back.
Yeah, they've done it
Nah.
some seasons. It's not a thing every
Yeah.
season. So
Yeah, no, not that I know of. No, not that I'm aware of.
let's see here. I'm just scanning here to see if there's any more um any more like burning questions. Do, do, do. When are you doing a pop-up performance with Kate at
Kate,
in Rocker
she's
Park.
talking about Kate Hudson.
Oh,
I think Kate Hudson does Fabletics. Yeah, it'd be awesome. I would love that. She was wonderful, man. That was all. That was really cool. I've been
mm.
a Kate Hudson fan for a long, long time. So like that was really, really cool to sing in front of her and like, for her to say the wonderful things that she said. Yeah. So yeah, that was super, super cool.
Um, Cheryl says, Hayden, do you think Bubbly can Bubbly can possibly ask you to perform at a few of his concerts this summer? I could see you do a Christmas album with him in the future. Go Cavs, let him know.
Yeah, let them know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he has a touring schedule out. I think he has a couple one-off shows here or there. I don't know what the future holds for us, man. I pray that we do get to work together in a more official capacity one day. Um, I do think that maybe. How do I want to say this? I don't know if I want to say this. Uh, I'll say this. I'll say this because I'm not. Because I'm not. I do think. No, I'm going to play it safe. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But I do hope that we do get to work together in a more official capacity. Outside of the show. Because Michael's a wonderful guy. We've stayed in touch. Obviously, he's been amazing to me. So, yeah, I'm not. I'm hopeful. What I would seriously love, and I'll say this, I would love for him to help me to produce an album. I don't need to necessarily even sing with him. Just help me to produce an album, to where he knows there's such incredible musicians, and I've got to know some of them. So like, if he could help me produce an album, a Christmas album, a regular album, that would be amazing, because he knows the ins and outs of how to do this. And for him to produce an album would be really incredible. So I would love to work with him in that way. Is like, if he could produce something for me, that would be super cool. Even better than maybe even singing with them.
I think this is basically just chiming in on that.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It's more so that like I've obviously never had the relationship with somebody who has such a big reach and a big following and a big he's pretty.
mm,
He's a legend, man, and
yeah,
I want to keep that relationship. As much as I want to share with the world, like I understand that it's a special thing, and like I don't need to air out his business or our business, and I want to you want to maintain that relationship as sacred as I can, because I think it's maybe a top 5 relationship in my life. Maybe they're my relationship with God and Jesus number 1, my relationship with my parents number 2, my relationship with my some of my best friends number 3, and I think it's probably number 4. Um, so I want to keep it sacred, and I want to keep it very special. So I would love to say everything, but also like just want to keep it as personal, as private as we can, because I know that I not everything needs to be public.
yeah. I think we got the sense that you guys had a really nice relationship based on our last live.
Yeah,
You're pretty, yeah, pretty clear about that. So,
yeah.
this,
The only reason I continue to talk about it is because I know he's taken flack for not turning for me, and then obviously not stealing me this time. Um, so yeah, I'm more so protecting him, if that makes any sense.
I got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just seems like there's some stuff behind the scenes that we not everyone needs or can know about, but like from all we really need to know about is you don't feel any type of way,
No.
and anything you feel
No.
super
I feel
supported
I feel
about.
no type of way, man. I feel no type of way. I feel very blessed to have been a part of it, and I wish I had another opportunity, obviously, to sing a different song, and maybe show a little more versatility. But you know what? It wasn't meant to be. So we're moving
Yeah,
on.
gotcha. This question, Carlos, is going to be a last one. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you.
when could we expect some more music from you, or a mix of both? Which male jazz singers do you have your eyes on?
Yeah. I'm working on music, man. I am. I'm working on all kinds of stuff. I'm working on original stuff. I'm working on, I have so many ideas. I don't know what the answer to that question is. I know Lucy, I'll say this, Lucy and I have been working on releasing a version of this song, of My Funny Valentine. So we are gonna hopefully have that out within the next couple of weeks. I haven't yet decided whether I did record a solo version of it. I don't know if I'm gonna release that yet. Um, but I do want to release the duet version. So that'll be in a couple of weeks. But after that, man, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. Yeah, working on originals too, like for sure. So, um, taking it a day at a time. When you can have a lot of dreams and a lot of goals and a lot of things you want to do, but if you don't focus on the day to day, you're never going to get them done. So, I'm just
Mhm.
focused on the day to day, and when they come to be, they'll come to be.
Now, we didn't specifically ask or address this question, but just so everyone's clear, are you still going to be around in the Cleveland area? Are we still going to be able
Yeah.
to go to a Hayden show?
Oh yeah, they're the whole summer. Yeah, the whole summer. I'm whole spring, whole summer, whole fall. I'm here. I'm at Vosh and Lakewood next week. I'm at Leo's next week. I'm at Landings next week. Lake Erie Distillery. I'm at Corleone's, Blue Monkey. I'll be at Osteria, Via Roma. So like a lot of trivs, a lot of places. So yeah, catch me this summer. Wine Bar in Rocky River. Yeah, I'm like I said, this is just the leaping off point. So it's the work has just begun. This is just the start of the work. So yeah, we're just beginning.
Yeah, we love to hear it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. So much positivity in the comments. I didn't highlight and go through each and every comment, but I think it's felt and clear that you guys are super supportive. Bummed to see him go, but at
Yeah.
the same time, super
Thank you.
proud
Thank you
of the
so
way
much
he showed up.
thank
Represent.
yeah. Thank you so much to Josh and to cleveland.com, and to all of you guys for all of your support. It means so much more than you know. To be a foreigner in a new land in Cleveland, growing up not from here, but embracing the city as my home, and my family is from here, so it means a lot. It means a lot to have the support of this city, which I love so deeply, and I've always loved so deeply. Um, just not being born here, not being raised here, but always loving it here, and choosing to make this my home. It means a lot to me and my family that you've embraced me the way you have. So thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. Super proud of you. I gotta say, super. Like I said, it's kind of weird because me coming into this role at cleveland.com, you were like my first thing almost was to cover you performing at a Guardians game. So it was like it's kind of just a crazy world and how we've kind of gotten to this point.
Yeah.
And so I think I told you back then, even while talking about it, I always admired that you were able to do the whole chasing your super dreams while also like having a dream job that was like also what you wanted to do. So I always admired that, and I think you're gonna go to some really cool places, and I love that for you. Love this for you. Super proud of the way you showed up and showed out. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
man. Josh, you mean a lot to me, man. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. And thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned to cleveland.com for all things sports and news and yeah, and local Cleveland and Ohio stuff. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Have a great night and happy St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy whatever's left of it, the last 40 so minutes. So have a great night.